Kind sir, where are you going dressed like that?
Oh, I'm going to play prop hunt.
Prop hunt? What is this event you speak of?
Well, it's like hide and seek. The hiders camouflage themselves as part of the environment, and the seekers run around and try to hit us. And if we get hit, then we lose.
I see. But what would happen if you hit them first?
Huh, I never thought of that. If you can randomly melee, then so can I! Greetings, one and all, and welcome to a special double edition of Overwatch This Week, your one-stop shop for all the Overwatch news of the week. So, what's been going on this week? Well, firstly, it's been a week since the new Mischief and Magic game mode was released. This take on prop hunt sees shape-shifting Kirikos trying to run and hide away from the Genjis trying to hunt them down. Given that both of them can wall climb, this leads to people ending up in some very wacky spots, though some other hiders chose the second option. Violence! As due to a bug when the game mode first came out, Kiriko was able to melee attack while disguised as a prop. This combined with the flashbang led to plenty of funny clips.
2, 1, let the hunt begin! Oh, that's going to hurt. That rogue's a sneaky one. Mom taught you.
This was later patched out though, due to it defeating the point of hunting props, rather than vice versa. However, it wouldn't be an Overwatch event without a free skin to go along with it, and I think it's good that they made this Bastet recolor free, because I for one cannot be arsed with Twitter NPCs complaining about cash grab recolors. I mean, it's a good thing there aren't any vestiges of the old skin like a bugged first person model, otherwise the skin would seem even more like a lazy recolor. In terms of actual new content on the horizon, the recent Invasion teasers that have been popping up all over popular streamers' screens have been pointing towards a collaboration with John Cena. John Felix Anthony Cena. And he all but confirmed it by posting a screenshot of an Overwatch livestream from 4 months ago, timestamped at where the developers asked popular Overwatch streamers what collabs they wanted to see in the future? I don't believe it. Personally, I think we're getting a Demon Slayer crossover, because the specific timestamp that Mr. Cena posted on his Instagram is when Somnus suggested a Tanjiro skin for Genji. Or maybe it's related to the upcoming Sombra rework. Given that she was with the mysterious hooded figure in the teasers, and she was recently spotted tossing out something that isn't her translocator, it may mean that next season will be the dawn of a new age for Sombra. Again. And now it's time for the wackiest part of your week. Wins, woes, or whimsy.
Hot? Oh, of course.
No, it's no.
Thank you for watching Whims, Woes, or Whimsy. And now it's time for a double serving of Owl news, as we have 2 whole weeks to cover. And in these weeks, we had some of the greatest days of Overwatch League ever, with so many upsets and a complete meta shift, as a certain German man caused a lot of issues. We'll cover the games a little differently, and just do each region in its entirety for each week. First, we start with the APAC games, where the meta didn't shift much, and Infernal, Fuel, and Pokerface all took comfortable wins on the first day. Day 2 looked like it could have been a stomp, with Infernal kicking it off with a clean win over O2 Blast, but the rest of the games were anything but that. Panthera upset the newly China-sized Charge in a 3-2 banger, and following on from that, the Dynasty took Spark to 5 maps and came out eventual winners after an impressive display from Profit. The day ended with a 3-1 win for the Dragons over Pokerface. Day 3 started with simple wins for Dallas and Hangzhou, but ended with the Profit Grudge match, with Little P coming out victorious in a 3-2 win for O2 Blast over Dynasty. And now for the madness that was the first week of North American games. We start with the Los Angeles Valiant coming within a teamfight or 2 from beating the Shock, despite the day ultimately ending with Uprising and Outlaws getting simple wins. But day 2 was anything but simple. It started out with Mayhem playing a 5-map banger versus the Uprising, pulling out an impressive W. The next game, well, what should have been a routine win for the Shock was promptly disrupted by some European guys and an American and their love for big German men. A 3-1 win for Spitfire, with one of the greatest maps of Gibraltar ever played, really kicked off the Reinhardt revolution in OWL. And somehow this wasn't even the best game of the day, as the rematch of the mid-season Madness Finals took place, in which Atlanta had their win streak disrupted by an emphatic Houston team that really wanted their revenge. Sadly, the last day of NA was pretty tame, with Spitfire, Rain, and Mayhem all taking calm 3-1 wins. but with a notable increase in wine play. Let's take a chill pill now and see what happened in Week 2 of APAC. Well, Fuel are now the best team in the region after they beat Infernal 3-0 in a completely fair matchup. But it wasn't completely fair! Mac had COVID, and they were all playing from home. Oh, you don't care? Oh, you don't care? Of course. Fuel fans, always the same. You know, I think we won't hear from our resident Dallas Fuel fan this week. How do you like that, you narcissistic idiot? In the second game, Dreamers took Dynasty to 5 maps, but unfortunately they couldn't clutch it out and fell 3-2. And to end the day, the Spark won 3-0 versus Pokerface. Day 2 was quite chill, with Dreamers, Dallas, Infernal, and Hangzhou all winning quite convincingly, despite dropping maps in various silly ways. There may have been a Bastion incident. Day 3 was also quite chill, with Panthera, Dynasty, and Shanghai all taking the W. Well, I guess it's time for some more NA madness. More mad than the first week? Not quite, but day 1 was still pretty wild. But what happened on day 1 that made it so wild, you may ask? Well, London completely annihilated the Glads 3-0, Florida claimed their spot as the best team in NA by 3-1ing the Reign, both teams quite literally hammering the opposition into the ground. Oh, and Boston beat Valiant like 3-0, but that was much less interesting. Day 2 saw Washington Justice literally give up against the Titans as they randomly put in Ben Best on Ana for their last map in their 3-0. Well, I mean, they didn't really give up per se, it's just like Donghun was on 200 ping from Korea, so they just tried something else, as what they doing wasn't working, and it didn't work either. But hey, at least Ben Best got another map. The French can be happy with that at least. Game 2 went in Atlanta's favour as they beat Boston 3-1 to prove that they aren't that washed. The big game of the day, Eternal versus Valiant, and Vegas were determined to get their first win as they burst out of the gates to take a 2-0 lead and calmly finished the series to win their first game. What do you mean they got reverse swept? They put in Dove, and that guy, he's just cursed. He's just cursed. He didn't even play that bad, but the team as a whole just stopped firing and just fell apart. Last day of Al started with Mayhem comfortably batting aside the Justice, leading up to Eternal's second chance at a win, and boy, it looked promising at the start. They take the first map easily, and for a moment, it looked like they had London all figured out. But then Rack Attack played 30 minutes of Lifeweaver on Numbani and Gibraltar, and I don't think 2U even knows what a Lifeweaver is, because it really didn't work. And, I mean, it didn't even get better from there. They just lost 3-1. Maybe they'll get a win in the next 2 weeks, right? They play Shock twice, surely they can take advantage of Krusty being high at least once. Anyways, the day ended with the Titans taking a comfortable victory over the Glads.
And now for a blast from the past, Tuesday News Day.
In Arena 51 news, our team Mini Chats has rebranded to Charlie Niners, and we have an upcoming reunion match with OG Hyonk Attack facing off against OG Platpack. This will take place on the 6th of August on our Twitch channel at 8 PM Central European Summer Time. We also have yet another tournament on the horizon. The Arena Hero Ban Edition will not only test your gameplay, but also your planning and adaptability to unique situations. The signups for this tournament are open and will close on the 10th of August at 11:59 PM CEST, and the link, as always, will be in the description below.
That's all for Tuesday News Day, folks.
And now it's time for Clips of the Week, where you guys send in your clips to the A51 Clips channel, and we feature all the best ones. This week, we somehow only got 2 clips within 2 weeks. I mean, that also means that Crabby and I both had enough time to get plenty of clips to choose from for ego boosting, so on to the honourable mentions. And now for the top 3. In third, we have Sora with a clean Zen 3k. In second, me with a nice primal with just as many bleeps as kills.
I'm gonna go on top, actually. Anna's one. Alright, then back to Saber, sure.
Get baited! Get baited! You get baited too! Get absolutely
And in first, we have Sora giving Tracer a taste of her own medicine. And that does it for Overwatch this week. Our next episode will be coming out on a Friday, because some intern at Blizzard decided that the update would release on a Thursday. You know, the day we specifically chose so that we'd have enough time to write about the new patches that come out on Tuesdays. Nonetheless, if you don't want to miss that, be sure to randomly melee the like and subscribe buttons like you're a seeker in Prop Hunt, and check out our Arena 51 socials down below. That's all from me, Funky, and your editor, Crabby, and we'll see you all next week.